So a candidate that I'm working with said to me, Kim, I want a food-based franchise. I said, okay, tell me why you think you're interested in food. He said, well, because it's the most profitable business out there. I said, oh, interesting. Okay. What makes you think that food is the most profitable business, Mr. Software Engineer? And he said to me, well, because everybody has to eat and restaurants are always full. I said, okay, interesting assumptions and correlations you're making in this line of questioning. So then I said to him, so how do you define the most profitable? Compared to what? Now, he was getting a little bit annoyed with me because we were new to each other and he didn't yet know my personality, but there was a point to me asking all of these questions before I commented and tried to help him out. But as I walked him through the assumptions he was making that were not entirely true and the number one dangerous implication in the questions that he was asking me, it dawned on me that that would make an amazing video, because I think a lot of people out there, maybe you, may be making the same assumptions and have this dangerous implication that this particular candidate had before meeting Kim Daly. So before I get into that, if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Kim Daly. I'm a franchise consultant, and for over 2 decades of my life, I have been helping people just like you explore franchise opportunities. So if you want to work with me, stay with me to the end of the video and I will share how you could be my next candidate. Okay, so let's go back to the story. So the assumption and the implication, that's what I want to talk about. The assumption he's making, food is the most profitable business because everybody has to eat. Okay, I get why you would think that, but as your franchise consultant, I would say you can only define most profitable when you're comparing different opportunities, because it's most profitable compared to what? So how are you defining profitability? And then what are you comparing that to? So it's not my job to help him know if food is the most profitable business. It's my job to understand what he's trying to accomplish and then provide the opportunities so he can compare and contrast opportunity to opportunity and define for himself what is the most profitable franchise for him. Okay, so that's the first thing. But the dangerous implication that I have to bring up, he's implying that food is the most profitable because everybody has to eat and restaurants are always full. And he was also looking at an earnings claim. So the implication when you look at an earnings claim is, well, I can put in that amount of money and it's stating that I can make this amount of money. Is that what it's saying? So this is where I think this is a dangerous implication that a lot of people that are exploring franchises are also making. And I understand where this comes from because you hear words like business in a box, and you hear turnkey business, and you hear earnings claim. So put those together, right? So I'm investing in a turnkey business model. So I'm going to put in this much money, I'm going to turn the key, and then here's the earnings claim. But in that statement, what role do you play? That's the dangerous implication. A franchise business needs an owner to wake up and show up with big, clear, specific goals and actionable plans. Leadership skills, sales skills, organizational skills, grit, tenacity, perseverance, focus. Look, listen, if it were easy, and if it were as easy as invest the money, turn the key, and make that outcome, everybody would do it, and everybody would do it successfully. Now, I know that you get this on one level, but do you actually get it? Like, do you get it in here? That the franchise, like starting a business from scratch, needs you as the owner of the business to be driving the success of that business. What we're getting when we invest in a franchise compared to going out as an entrepreneur on our own is we're not making it up. The business plan has been proven by somebody else. And so we're paying them that franchise fee and they're giving us that proven business plan. So the model works, but here's the thing. We, as the owner, have to work the model. And working the model means working out the bugs in the model, in our market, in the economy, with the skills we have, with the skills we don't have. There's a learning curve to building a franchise business. And so Are you willing to not just put in the money, but to go through that learning curve, to grow into the owner who has the skills, who has the efficient skills to lead this business? When you know the answers to those questions and you can honestly say, I can show up and be that guy or gal, that's when you can look at the earnings claim and go, okay, so if I can be that person, then I can try to create that reality. But there's still no guarantee that you're going to create that earnings claim. You're the only one who can guarantee that to yourself. And there's also no guarantee that you can't 3x or 10x that earnings claim, right? That's the other implication, that we look at earnings claims and think, well, that's the end all be all. No, that's just where the franchisees on average are today. But all franchise businesses are growing and getting better, and hopefully graduating franchisees who are coming out of the gate and hitting the ground running faster and faster and faster. So that earnings claim, in theory, should be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And all it takes is for a couple of franchisees to just blow the socks off of that earnings claim. And now there's a whole new reality about the potential to earn money in a particular franchise. So going back to the conversation I had with this candidate, and to wrap up this video, what I want you to hear me say is you can't define the most profitable business if you're only looking at one industry or one brand. You have to compare and contrast. In my process, I'm going to funnel the options down to 3 to 5, okay? And they're not going to necessarily be in the same industry. That's the fun part. So you're going to compare and contrast 3 to 5 opportunities, and you're going to align the skills that you have, the owner that you want to be, where you have to grow with what the franchisor offers to you in terms of training and support. And that's going to help you determine for you what the most profitable business could be. And I said could, not will be, because you still then have to show up and put in the work and be willing to grow through the challenges of the business to create a financial outcome. If you followed me in other videos, you might have heard me say that it is in giving that we receive. So money flows back into your business because of effort, because of marketing, because of service out of your business. So you're going to figure out how to serve people. And when you serve people to a certain level, then you will receive a certain amount of money back. So by looking at that earnings claim and implying to yourself, well, I can put in that money and I can make that kind of money without understanding how you have to wake up and show up and serve people, it is fundamentally flawed. It's really the reason I'm not a huge fan of earnings claims. Now, I love that franchisors make earnings claims because without them, they wouldn't be able to talk about one number. Why would you ever want to believe them? Why would you ever want to believe what they say if they're not willing to put it in writing? So the fact that they have an earnings claim is good because it allows the franchisor to have this conversation with you about how money flows through their business if you're average. But we can't take out the piece of the owner that you have to be, the goals that you have to have, the skill that you have to develop or have from day one and continue to develop in order to create this opportunity where you're serving people, and then for that level of service, you reap a financial return. That's the conversation I had with this candidate, and that's the conversation that I'm happy to have with you. If you have any more questions, absolutely feel free to leave a comment below and I will follow up with you, or just give me a call, because I would love to help you. So we've made it to that time in the video where if you're out there and you're thinking, wow, I would love Kim to help me explore franchise opportunities, well, I would love to be your consultant. So follow the link in my bio right now. It's as simple as that. I'm going to send you my Getting Started questionnaire to start gathering data on you that then we can use to build this model. And then using my 20 plus years of relationships and knowledge and experience, I'm going to match some of the best franchise opportunities to you. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you learned something and enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.